Good Tuesday freezing morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. And brr, it's 20s here this morning. Yeah, the winter is upon us. Today it will be later in the day rain, borderline freezing rain, 30s. So the change of season has definitely happened here now. Look at the trees; they're empty. Remember a few weeks ago I was sharing how the trees still had all that nice foliage on it, and it's all gone. So the mission's been accomplished by Mother Nature. And yeah, so I thought, morning, what would be the Tuesday morning theme today? And I thought to myself, you know what? I thought, hey, the mission. We all have a mission, right? I mean, do you have a mission? I think that's a pretty broad statement, but I thought to myself, wow, what a mission. What have I accomplished this year? I thought to myself this morning, yeah, I think this would be a good conversation talk. Because the mission, this will be a year I've been on a mission of buying cars like never ever in my lifetime. I mean, my wife could tell you sincerely that she's witnessed the whole fleet of vehicles from one brand to a different van has happened in front of her eyes. Yeah, if you don't believe that, well, you're not following my channel. So yeah, I get to think of myself, what really on buying cars? How many? And I just thought to myself, well, this is pretty simple. Let's just do this right here. Let's walk in the driveway. There's one purchase. There's actually two. So I bought this twice. So I'm going to give myself a double on that, like a bogey or a birdie, or no, what's it, the eagle if you're a golfer, whatever. So that's two. So that's three. That's number four, the Ranger. But with that Ranger, I bought a F-250 Ranger, so that's five. Okay, and then we got a Mustang over here. This is number six. So it's crazy. It's all these cars in his driveway. For the most part, I bought this year, with the exception of that 4Runner over there. So that's six vehicles, right? I just named off right there. There's a three, and then the 2, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm right, six. There's two Rams I've bought. So that's 8. You just don't see one right now. The Charger's 9. The Mavericks 10, the other Mavericks 11, the Raptors 12, but then I had F-150 Lightning that I traded for that, I think. So that's 13. Then I bought a black F-150 Lightning, so that's 14. I bought a blue Mustang Mach-E, so that's 15. Come on, puppies. That's 15. Come on, get in here. Come on. Let's go. Come on. The mission to get to office. Let's go. Come on, get in here. Come on. Get in. Come on. Here they go. The game. Come on. Let's go. Scout. So we're at 15 as I yell at the dogs. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Get in office. Come on. The mission, right? Well, I got to go over here and show them who the boss is. Come on. Get in. Get in. Get in. Yeah, the girl. So 15. Now let's walk in the shop. And we've got I had a yellow Bronco 16, a red Bronco 17. This Bronco's number 18. I bought the Challenger. That's 19. I bought the Mustang Heritage. That's 20. Bought the Mustang Mach 1. That's, 21? Even for me, I'm losing track already. So I think I have 21 right there. Vehicles. And so that's just right there of me, just without spending the whole morning talking about, what cars. Oh my gosh. So there's 21 purchases. That's just on the car side. And I think I'm missing one. I'm sure I'm missing a purchase. So I'll just say 21. 21 vehicles. All right. That's just on cars. So now motorcycles. Okay. We go to the motorcycles. Down in Tennessee, I had the Challenger Elite, so that's 22. And then I have the CVO, that's 23, Harley. 24, 25. That's just there. I got a Honda African Twin in the trailer, that's 26. Just off the tip of my tongue, okay. Is there another motorcycle? I don't think there is. So I'm just going to say 26 on that. Come on, pups. Yeah, I think I'm at 26 just on, if you want to consider the motorcycles and cars. And since January of this year, come on, pups. No coffee this morning. Takes the heck out of my GERD. And much as I'd love to drink coffee, being I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep, yeah. My challenge is, here we go, the routine's freezing. So, my challenge is, I gotta take like sleep. I mean, not just how wound up I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm not embellishing that. It's not good, but so what happens to me is I take that Advil PM, which I don't like Advil. I preached to people years ago, Advil kills you. Ibuprofen, that stuff kills you. People take this stuff every day of their life, and it says long-term use, it'll kill you. It says on the bottle, you'll have a stroke. Yes, you'll see a lot of athletes, entertainers like Prince, probably Tom Petty. I can go through a list of entertainers that I've read, and you read their obituaries. Most of the time it's drugs, but you'll see like the Advil that's in their body. Because Advil is kind of it's a double-edged sword because the inflammation. Advil stops your inflammation in your body for your joints to be sore, your body to be sore, but at the same time, it's stopping the natural healing process. So it's kind of but I get it. You know, some people are so much pain. For me, I've done so much physical labor. I know some people see me and think this guy just, you know, what a life. It's a breeze. Yeah, okay. Well, or yeah, great. So for me, growing up and getting my business going, the amount of physical labor that I've done in my lifetime, you just have no idea. I mean, I'm not embellishing here. It's factual. I found this on the web. So this is crazy. It's my shirt here, my jacket, my Indian jacket's right at the perfect position to have my watch. Think that I want to talk to it, and I don't. I'm wearing my Indian watch. Hey, I did have an Indian watch so many years ago. Just technology might drive you nuts. Listen to everything you do. Yeah, we all know. Whatever you talk about, isn't it incredible how your computer tells you what you're thinking about? So anyways, for me, I just don't sleep well. I mean, that's just a known fact. And it's a known fact, too, that people that have deep sleep, they tend to age better and live longer. That's a known fact. There's people like me where without popping Advil PM to make me sleep for more than, say, 6 hours, 5-6 hours, yeah, versus I don't do that. I sleep maybe 3. Yeah, I mean, deep sleep, maybe 3 hours. I may get 4 or 5 hours, maybe. So for me, how I got in that conversation, who the heck knows? But anyways, going back to the mission, I just want to share with people that use Advil. It's addictive over-the-counter drug that it says on the bottle that long-term use it'll create a stroke. What it does, it slows down the blood flow in your heart. So that's the anti-inflammation, which is slowing down the power of the blood in your body. So that's why people die from heart attacks popping Advil all the time, because it's actually slowed down your blood flow in your heart. Most people don't even know that. So you're actually already putting incredible strain on your heart to slow down. It'd be like you trying to stop a car from rolling down the hill, and you've got a piece of rope and you're just trying to hold that car from not moving. Yeah, it puts incredible strain on your body. I'm just talking about the heart. The heart has an incredible, it's being challenged to slow down the blood flow in your body. So just so anybody out there that, and once again, I take Advil. If you're, I don't think there's anything wrong taking Advil in moderation. It's that some people pop that stuff every day. So what I'm saying is, if I take that stuff long term, I can start to tell. I can feel. It's like, yeah, you're not going to wake up one morning. I mean, I sometimes think to myself, Joe Gibbs' son, was it Coy Gibbs that here died in his sleep here a few weeks ago? Yeah, does anybody know about that story of Ty Gibbs, a NASCAR Infinity driver, young kid? It's Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs, a former Washington Redskins coach. And for him, his son Coy, that was probably like around my age or maybe a little younger, his son won the Infinity Series NASCAR race. And then that night he goes home and he never woke up again. I mean, was he taking Advil or sleep aids or something like that? You just have to wonder. These people do you have a brain aneurysm? I don't know. Poor Joe Gibbs. He's lost 2 sons in the last, 10 plus years that were, older sons. Just sad stories there. Anyways, the mission. What was Joe Gibbs' mission? Wow. Joe Gibbs accomplished a lot. So I have to think to myself this morning, just for me, the mission. What has spurred the mission for me? For me, it's just something that I'm going to say in my lifetime, but I've accomplished. So, at the end of the year, did I buy 30 vehicles in 1 year? I mean, didn't we just talk about like 26? I think we're missing a few. So I think that I'm really at probably 27 or 28 right now of cars and motorcycles. So I haven't counted, any other things of trailers, utility vehicle, lawnmower. But the whole point is we get fixated on something. In the mission, I got to think of myself in the car industry. What is the mission of the car industry? And I think to myself more than ever that right now in today's age, there's so much information and so much borderline confusion. And yesterday, man, I'm really kind of disappointed for the Mother Truckin' YouTube channel. Really cool individual that's running that channel. And he comes across as a sincere guy. I don't know the channel. I've only seen it a few times. And he comes across as a really nice guy. But here's the thing. Yesterday, I was telling you about this supposedly trucking rally to go to New York City, that they were on a mission. So here's a perfect example of a mission. These truckers, apparently, because of the quantum pricing that kind of holds the line of how much you get paid a mile, that they're not happy about. They were wanting to go to New York City and get in front of Fox News to get attention, to tell everybody how bad the trucking industry is. So I talked about that yesterday. Then even the head guy, that I think his name's Andy or something, or Randy. I'll have to look at the video again. But anyways, at the end of the day, nothing. White guy, finally, by the end of the day, he posted another video on the Mother, M-U-T-H-A, trucker, or truckin', Mother Trucker. I think it's Mother Trucker. Like mother, effer. So, that's just itself to me. It's kind of like, so you have to ask yourself, what the hell happened? So now what happened is nothing. So this gentleman that was portraying to everybody that they were on a mission to go get maybe hundreds, if not thousands, of truckers to go rally against the hard-hit truckers that are getting killed by the change of economic times, the reality back to economic times, that they lived in the fake economy. So nothing happened. Even to the point that the gentleman got on there and said, like a total of 4 trucks met up there in Pennsylvania to convoy together to go there. I mean, to me, I was just like, wow, this is beyond believable. This guy made a video the night before, Sunday evening, about how they're all going to meet up. There'd be hundreds of truckers. I mean, was that clickbait? I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to call out other people's YouTube channels, and I'm not. But at the same time, they were on a mission. Well, the mission failed. Yeah, I think to myself, think about Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Who didn't love the Mission Impossible movies? I mean, especially back, I think they started back in the late 70s, early 80s, right? I mean, wow. So Mission Impossible, think about Tom Cruise. Those were incredible, revenue-generating movies that intrigued people to go see the Mission Impossible. But boy, talk about, the word Mission Impossible. At this stage in this country, you got to think that we're on this Mission Impossible adventure. In the car industry, to me, what is the car industry's mission? What is going on? I mean, I'll just use Ford because I'm a Ford guy. It's confusing. Jim Farley is the CEO of Ford, and he's irked a lot of people. Borderline, I thought he was a comedian. I'm starting to think he is a comedian because wasn't Jim Farley the comedian that died? Yeah, speaking of that, how'd that guy die, right? So Jim Farley, yeah, he was a funny guy. Big, heavyset guy, right? I mean, I think his eating habits probably killed him. Could have been popping Advil. Who knows? Could have been, probably could have been snorting some drugs or whatever. Sadly, that's just, oh man, beyond believable of the fentanyl, what's going on. This is beyond believable. In Philadelphia, the deaths are through the roof. Beyond believable how, the mission, keep this in mind, the mission of the governing bodies we'll go to that next. Let's stay on the car thing. So here's the thing. Jim Farley, he's the CEO, and his mission is to revamp the consumer's way of buying. But what's really kind of intriguing about that to me is it seems like Elon Musk, who created the Tesla, not dealership buying, it's interesting as people were so against that. The car dealer associations of many states, don't even let them sell Teslas in their state. So many things that go on with buying and selling cars because of the networks and relationships. But there's Tesla. They created that business model, and many companies have followed it. Carvana, Vroom, And now Ford, he thinks that's the future, because you hear that so many people don't want to go to the car dealership. They just don't want anything to do with it. They hate, they despise a car dealership. So their mission is not to go to a dealership. So Jim Farley is, on one hand, saying he wants to create the internet style car automotive interaction. But at the other hand, he knows he's got a dealer network that has to support his product that you just can't kick to the curb. That's a huge problem with Tesla. It's amazing how, for me, it's a double-edged sword. Tesla, there just isn't a lot of talk. I mean, I'm not an idiot. You're not an idiot. Anybody watch my channel? As I connect the dots, why, if you buy a brand product, you're going to start tarnishing it? So if you bought a Tesla years ago, and that thing went to the shop, wherever the shop was, and it sat there for 3, 4, 5, 6 months for them to fix it, are you going to start tarnishing the brand so you ruin the value of your Tesla? No, you're not going to do that. So that's a huge part of the cult. To me, the Tesla was, in the original stages, a cult. To me, it was a niche of people who just loved electric vehicles, and I truly believe they banded together, and they truly made Elon Musk so much money through his stocks, beyond believable. You know, Elon's stock is they had to split it, or triple split it, then quadruple. You know, I mean, it's beyond believable how many times Tesla's stock has been like split. Yeah. And it's richer than rich. It's all changing. All these big tech guys are seeing huge losses as their fake, the fake economies and the fake electric answer the world start to happen. So for Jim Farley, he's following the Tesla business model, and he's irking a lot of these dealers. And then he's even making comments that it's going to be order online only to get a car. But yet, in my travels here lately, these Ford dealerships have a lot of Mustangs, a ton of Mustangs, and a lot of Ford F-150 trucks. But I thought that Jim Farley's new business plan was you can only have, their mission was to have online ordering only, and the dealer lots aren't going to have new vehicles anymore. So the mission, what I'm trying to convey to you is it seems like the mission is confusing. More than ever, I feel like we have leaders in this country that are on a mission, but the mission is confusing. It's so many mixed signals and misinformation trying to figure out what they're trying to accomplish. And that's the thing about when you're on a mission, if you're confused, it's game's over. I mean, you know as well as I do. When you're on a mission, you got to be fixated on your journey and how you're going to get there and how you're going to make it work, all the variables to play out. If you're distracted here and there, anybody knows it's on a deep project for work. If you're on a project at your house working on something, when the phone starts ringing, the kid's hanging off your arm, the wife's calling you, your dad's calling you, a business relationship's calling you. When you get distracted, it takes away from your mission, and then eventually you just throw up your hands like, forget it, I'm not doing it. You walk away. So it seems like more than ever today in our society, just using the car companies as Ford, it's very confusing. Because on the one hand, Jim Farley's telling everybody that you're going to have to order a car through the internet, but on the other hand, he's now starting to put the dealers back with dealer inventory, which the dealers want. The dealers want the fishing poles. Think it through. If you're a dealership, you want as many fishing poles. What's a fishing pole? It's a car. You want when somebody walks up like the Iceman does on the lot and sees all these different vehicles and starts going, wow, I like that. Versus I walk in the Koons Baltimore Ford lot and there's like no new vehicles. I mean, think it through. I've transitioned from buying new cars to used cars. Well, I wonder why. Well, because the Koons Baltimore Ford, just in one example, they haven't had the new car inventory to excite me as much, and I've gone down a different path, right? So the dealerships know that the more fishing poles, and I got that from a guy at the Harley dealership at Chesapeake, Harley-Davidson, Eisenhower, Chesapeake Harley-Davidson up here in Darlington, Maryland. Great dealership. I mean, it's just a great dealership. And if anybody's following me still, after I bought my bike from them and tried to buy another bike from them, it didn't work out. But the gentleman there, I was talking about your inventory, and he was just telling me, man, it's all with the fishing poles. The more fishing poles have in water, the bigger chance I'm going to catch something. Implying he wants a ton of motorcycles in his showroom because it just brings in more people, and then it just creates a higher chance of making a sale. So for Jim Farley, his mission, what is his real mission? I mean, it's sending mixed signals, okay? And then you look at in general, the automotive industry's mission right now is to convert to electric vehicles. But at the same time, I'm just sharing with you my own personal experiences, and what I'm hearing from the dealers is the droves of people wanting electric vehicles aren't there. But yet the mission from the car automotive industry is their mission is to convert every to electric vehicles. But do they actually know that maybe the majority doesn't want electric vehicles? I mean, I don't know. So to me, their mission, I think their mission is going to become a little more confusing as time goes on. And what I mean by that is, I think they're going to get a resistance and a pullback from the general public wanting all these electric cars that they're going to start bringing to the showroom floors. It's happened numerous times. It has happened so many times over the years in the automotive industry that they've brought in some electric cars. GM had to give away their cars, their Volts. They had to give them away. They couldn't find the people to buy them. And the list goes on and on and on. So, and then, what's the mission of the Green Agenda? What is the mission of the Green Agenda? I mean, beyond believable. Right now, the guy in the suit that flies around on a plane is over in the G20 summit, and today they're signing a $20 billion emission coal elimination bill. So our country's getting ready to participate with Japan and India and us, $20 billion coal elimination plan. So by 2035, India is, kind of like off the coal burning. So our country is for the, the green agenda for the carbon footprint friendly world. We're now getting ready to use our tax dollars to go over to India and start paying for their challenges with coal. But yet here we are in our own country with bigger challenges beyond believable. So for me, the mission of the Green Agenda, is, in my eyes, the mission impossible. Yeah, I think the Green Agenda plan should be called the Mission Impossible. And once again, somebody could say, well, you're very narrow-minded. Fine, you can say that to me. But I know the reality of this physical plane we live on, this world we live in, and for the change to happen at the speed that they're wanting to change these things, it's going to bankrupt the world. There's just no way. There's no way to continue expensive energy and taking away the food groups we eat, taking away the animals, taking away the fertilizer, taking away so many things that the Green Agenda is wanting to accomplish. It's beyond believable of what they feel is going to be just a nice, smooth transition. It's not. It's not going to happen. It's the mission impossible. Because the Green Agenda is already, as we see, it's extremely expensive. And for me, the trucker guy yesterday, the one guy's mouthing off about how there's going to be a fuel shortage. I don't know. So this is what I do know. After listening to that guy's YouTube channel, I'm not really here to promote that guy's YouTube channel because to me, I even saw now 2 weeks ago he had a YouTube channel that said that the truckers were going to strike. So don't get me wrong. I have no desire to call out his channel. What I'm saying to you is I'm not going to take his information and use it for me to talk on my channel because I end up looking like an idiot because I took his information to tell you something that's totally false. Because I just saw a video now that he had a video of all the truckers are going to strike. 2 weeks ago, they're all going to strike. Oh, has anybody seen that? Right. So the Green Agenda, what it's doing to the fuel industry, in my eyes, the Ukraine war and Russia, I talk about all the time. It just makes no sense that we're involved in this Ukraine-Russia war, meaning the financial havoc we're involved in when it could have been, I think, resolved. It's too deep, and I'm not going to go down that, so we're not going to go that direction. But the whole point is, I've been doing a lot of reading about the oil market. So yes, right now, December 5th, technically, the Russia oil is supposed to come off of the market. And anybody who has Russia oil has till January 18th to unload it before the heavy sanctions are put on the cost of the fuel. They're going to fine you to have that fuel. And then they're working on a cap on Russia that should Russia continue to sell. It's 1 million barrels a day is what Russia's putting in the market right now. So if Russia sells 1 million barrels a day, even when they're supposed to be sanctioned out of the oil market, but they get caught selling it, they're saying that the oil only can be sold for X amount of dollars. So basically, if you're a country that decides to buy Russian oil, you're only going to pay Russia X amount of dollars. You can't, otherwise you're going to be fined. So let's just say it's the market's the real market's $100 a barrel. They're basically saying, I guess Russia, you pay them 50. But but you think this through. It's like, hey, does this make any sense? So if you're in kind of a country that's hurting financially, you can buy Russian oil for $50 a barrel instead of $100 a barrel, and Russia sells it to you. I mean, is that really a harm? I get it. Russia's not getting the money they were, but I mean, oh my gosh! I mean, just how these governing bodies think. And I could be wrong in what I'm saying there, and somebody could reach out and say, "No, Iceman, you've got that backwards. How are you thinking?" Okay, that's fine. I'm not the smartest of the group. I mean, I am not trying to compare my channel that I'm this, professor talking to you. That's not my channel. I just like to share my ideas and views and thoughts and what's going on so others can kind of sit there and go, yeah, this just makes no sense where we are. So, yeah, the green agenda, it should be called the Mission Impossible agenda. But yeah, that'll rev up a whole other base. Look at the Mission Impossible voting that we're now in. I mean, think it through. So all we heard about is, the red wave's coming, and hey, everybody, you guys just sit on home because the red wave. You don't need any more people voting. So have that red wave. Where the red wave's fighting every bit for it to get a little splash. Yeah, it should have been called the dripping water faucet. Right, because the GOP is not taking any stronghold in the governing bodies. I mean, beyond believable. We've even lost some GOP members in key areas of the country. I mean, so the GOP is on the Mission Impossible. Yeah, you think I'm lying about that? Yes, because they're on a different agenda than this other. The blue, the other side is on a whole different agenda, right? But I think that the Mission Impossible statement, I think, is so accurate to where the green agenda is going, because it's just going to bankrupt the world economies. Yeah, I mean, it just blows me away how people don't think this stuff through, and at the end of the day, we will never know. For me, as an individual, I'll be too old. I'll be gone. It'll take conservative 50 years. I would have to say, because most of the real green agenda with a hammer down doesn't come until 2035, 2040. But then even once that kind of comes into play, what people don't think about is there's still going to be ice. There's no way all the ICE vehicles disappear in 2035. So this is a very long term of a transition of the green agenda, of so many aspects to it. And at the end of the day, the meteorite hits the earth and blows it up, right? I mean, it's just mankind. If people think they're so brilliant and smart and have all the answers and they're smarter than Mother Nature, hey, you're on the Mission Impossible. You need to call Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Cruise probably could get it done if you watch his movies, right? All right, so it was all about the mission. I mean, we all kind of our life, what's your mission? What's your goal? Something that kind of radiates. I can still remember I got out of high school. My mission was to make $100,000 a year. That was my immediate mission. In 1982, I came out of high school making I think $1.75 an hour. I think maybe it's $2.25. All I know is I worked 2 weeks at 120 hours, and I got a $180 check after 2 weeks of working 6 days a week. Yeah. Eventually, it got it up to $2.35, $2.50, I think, $2.50. Yeah, so then I started making, I think, $2.30, $2.40. Yeah, right. And I bought a Volkswagen GTI when I started bringing home $450, maybe $500 a month, and my car payment was $180 a month. Yeah, I was already crazy back then. I bought a brand new Volkswagen GTI, 1984 model, first GTI I brought over from Europe here that I got. And that thing was it was $10,000. I don't know, it was 8 or 10. I can't. I think, but I put down $4 or $5 grand on it, and then I ran it off the road to a fire hydrant and down to the trees. I'll have to tell you a story one day of how I crashed my brand new GTI with a a stolen parking sign that whacked me upside my head that knocked me out with my buddy in my car. That's, if anybody's interested to know that story, just reach out. I'll tell you in more depth. But what that story was in my car adventures when I was younger, yeah, floating my red Chevy truck down the river, I could go on that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, it was your mission. So that was my just first out of my gate in my life in 1982. I'm already on a page in life, that was my mission. It was like, how do I make $100,000 a year? How do I make $100,000 a year? Yeah, that didn't happen overnight. Yeah, it took a long time to accomplish that. But then I set other missions. We're all on a mission. What's your mission? I mean, sadly, you go to the University of Virginia yesterday. Sadly, this gentleman that used to go to the school was on the football team. Yeah, he tracked down 3 of his friends and killed them. What was his mission? I mean, just sad. So the thing is, we have good missions and bad missions. I right now think the car industry is really on the bad mission. They're really, it's just beyond believable with what they're doing, because it just needs to be a happy medium. Moderation. Where is that word anymore? Moderation, right? All right, everybody. What's going on now? What's my next mission? Yeah. Okay, well, stay tuned, because I have another video coming up here very shortly, because I'm on another mission. And oh my God, if this comes down, yeah, you'll be like, oh, the Iceman. Yeah, it's always, oh yeah, this plays out. That may play out. Yeah. Well, if you're following my channel, you can figure it out. Stay tuned for Taking a Drive. Hey, everybody. God bless. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And have a great day. And stay on that mission.